Okay, hello and welcome to my Facebook Live this morning. It is Wednesday the 18th of February. Running a bit late today because I've been in London for 2 days and then had to stay up until midnight last night to go and pick my daughter up from a school trip. She got back from Berlin yesterday, and so so this morning's been a bit of a struggle to say the least. But anyway, I wanted to use this Cutest Crew set this morning, and I have just, all I've done so far is cut out some shapes, and I did stamp all of the stamps because I wanted to make sure that they didn't have the sticky stuff all over them, so they'd come out okay. But also I just wanted to see what they looked like, really, well, you know, against the cardstock. I have cut this, I'm just getting all the bits out. I cut this lovely die, and you get all the paw prints, but you get all of the bits as well, so which are all over the place at the moment. But you could quite easily stick all the paws back together if you have got the patience. I think I'd probably maybe do a couple, but not all of them. But it's quite handy to have those bits. I have seen the bigger bit used as a heart, so there is that option as well. So if I show you these dies, they're really sweet, because you've got the paws and another sort of like slanted sort of background. I suppose I haven't cut that, but I'm guessing these bits come out, so you could even put some ribbon through there. Then you've got the 3 big dies that cut out the birds, the cats and the dogs, but you've also got individual dogs and cats and birds, so you can stamp it and then cut the individual ones out. You've also got the flowers that will cut out that go with this stamp, and some butterflies that will also go on. I'm guessing you could maybe stick them over it, but there's butterflies anyway. So it's really cute. I've got a bit of a paw stuck on there. Let's get that off. And yeah, so I just thought I'd have a little play with it this morning and maybe do a bit of colouring, because obviously they will need some colouring. I've cut, as I say, I've cut a couple of rectangles, a couple of circles. That's just ready for a sentiment. And I've cut this, so we'll see what we come up with. I have got a couple of white card bases ready, and I have got some other coloured ones. So I think what I'm going to do, first of all, is find my stamps. I'm going to stamp in Memento, and I will be using the Stampin' Blends. Let me just get some of those handy. I'm not sure whether I've got the right colours in that box, or whether I shall have to just pick up a few others. But first of all, I'm going to stamp on here first of all, and just do a bit of stamping and see where it takes us. Okay, so this is quite a nice length, so the dogs will fit on there, and also the cats. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to using Memento ink. I'm just gonna, this is the little doggies. They are ever so cute. So if you're into cats and dogs and birds, these are really cute. So I'm just gonna pop it down there. Okay, so as you can see, there's little doggies with some flowers. So put the lid back on. I want to move that out the way because I'm going to colour this a little bit first. What have I got here? Light smoky slate, so that one's okay. Got somewhere my crumb cake. What's this one? That's another crumb cake. I've obviously got 2 packs of crumb cake. I wanted a darker smoky slate. So I'm not gonna like colour the whole of the dog. If you can see, they've also got little like bandanas on, some of them, and collars with a tag, I think they are. So I'm just gonna pop a little bit of light smoky slate on for the tags. Now the bandanas, I think I'm going to do those in some blues. This one's a slightly darker. Okay, then we've got some flowers, so we can do them in whatever colour, really. So what colour's this? That's a strawberry. That's strawberry slush. I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but I went out this morning walking the dog and it was bitterly cold. I don't know whether we're going to get any of the snow, but it was really cold out there. I'm just thinking colouring these in, I really should put my reading glasses on because they're a bit on the small side. Okay. Only problem is they're not in here, so I'm not going to bother. Right, I want a green for the leaves, so let's get a, what's this one? This is just light old olive. Let's just pop in a little bit colour like that. Now the doggies. I'm not going to pretend to be any great colourer, but I'm just going to, so which one's this? This is the light crumb cake, so I might start with a darker one actually, so I can do some bits darker. And we'll see what this turns out like. if you like colouring, then this is really cute. Or you could use the individual dies and cut them out of coloured cardstock or paper. I'm going to alternate them, I think. So I'm just putting some of the darker colour just to give it a bit of shadow, bit of 3D sort of effect maybe, and it will, you can go back over them. That's the wrong end, don't want that end. You can go back over them as many times as you feel you need to, but the alcohol will work fairly quickly. And it will take some of the darker colour, so you get the blending. See if I could go back over. They're quite cute, aren't they? I really do like these little doggies. And you know, I've just noticed this doggy here that's got his tongue poking out. So I want a very pale. This is I think this is, yeah, this is petal pink. So I'm just gonna give him a little bit of a pinky tongue. Okay, now this is the dark smoky slate. I don't want to use too much of this because I do want him to be quite light. So these have brush tips as well. For smaller images like this, it is much easier to use the ballpoint, bullet point, whatever you want to call it. Larger images, obviously, you can use using the brush will give you quicker coverage. And obviously, if you don't like dogs and you like cats better, then there is the cats. I think this is. I'm a bit of both. I've had cats and dogs, so yeah. So I like them all really. Not so much a bird person, other than feeding the birds in the garden, but I wouldn't have a bird personally in my house. I'm not all that keen on the flapping, but okay. Okay, so there's the little doggies all coloured in. It's quite cute, aren't they? I want to stamp. So I've got on here, there's just a little hello, happy birthday, have the best day, so glad we're friends. So I'm going to put, I think I'm going to stamp in there just a little hello. And I'm going to stamp it in. What am I going to stamp it in? I can stamp it in the strawberry slush, same colour as the little flowers. Let's get my stamping mat back in. Try and get it roughly in the middle and roughly straight. Okay. So there's my, now obviously that's too big, and normally I would cut my landscape card bases long ways. I'm just wondering if I've got one. I don't think I have got one at hand. We'll go with this because I need to, it'll be fun. But I want to pull in the blue. So I'm going to use some of this beautiful Focus 6x6 paper, and I'm going to cut it first of all. So I'm going to cut it to 3 3/4 by 5.5. And that's going to sit on there. Need to find some glue. I don't know if that's, hopefully this one's got some glue in it. Just about. Okay, so that's the background. Now, I think I'm gonna pop that on dimensionals, but pop it in the middle, and it's gonna be quite a straightforward, simple card that you could use any colours, you could use any patterns and dies with. Just a nice simple card to say hello to someone. Okay, so it's about in the middle. Okay, so then we've also got on here some little cute little paw prints, which are obviously for the cat or the dog, and I'm going to stamp some of those inside. that's okay, just like that. I'm not going to put a sentiment inside it because it, you know, I don't know who I'm sending it to or what I'm going to say. So I'm just going to leave that as it is. And that's the first of the cards. Really quick, really simple. And ideal for anyone that likes little doggies. So the next one I'm going to try, I haven't tried this yet. I just want to be able to see if this will work, because the butterflies are sort of on a curve. Let's get rid of that. So I want to see whether it's possible to do like a circle on here, or whether it might actually be better to do a circle with the other side, you know, the negative, so like cut it out and then use the other bit. But I shall try. We'll see what happens. I think you could probably do this using the new Stampin' Positioner tool, but I haven't tried it on there either. Just move that out of the way. It's not so easy when you've got a camera directly above and you're trying to see, but we're getting there. We're sort of getting the idea, I think. Okay, so I do think if that had been placed, cut out and then stamped on, it might be a better circle. It's just a bit tricky doing it. I don't want to stamp around there with that there. But anyway, let's go back to this and see what we can do. Let's get some colours. So that's Highland Heather. Find some different Melon Mambo, but I don't want the dark, I don't think. That's the light one. That's a Blackberry Bliss. What's this one? Flirty Flamingo. Where's the light one? There's a light Flirty Flamingo. Strawberry Slush. That one. Okay, so we got a fresh. Don't know whether we'll need all these, but we'll see. Let's start off with the lightest. And this is Bubble Bath. No, it's not. It's Flirty Flamingo. So I thought it looked a bit brighter than I was expecting. Oh, there's somebody at the door now. That one's hopefully that's right, Matt's gone to open the door. The post lady. Oh, do you find that the post sort of like doesn't come for ages and then you get a whole load of it in one go? We don't seem to see the post people about it very much at all around here. God, this is quite sorry, this is quite time consuming really, getting this round here, but you'll see the effect that I'm trying to create. Do it a bit quicker. This is going to be too light here now, isn't it? That probably should have gone there. Maybe I can colour over the top. That one. This is Bubble Bath, so this is really pale. Yeah, really pale. It's more of a pale pink than it is. I don't know. It's definitely pale pink. What's this one? This is Fresh Freesia. So this should now. I might even put that this side. Because it's a darker colour, I've been able to go over the top, so it's so that's okay. Oh. Highland Heather. See, I've done this in pinks and purples. You could choose rainbow colour scheme and do it, and then you probably wouldn't have quite such a issue about which order you put them in, other than the rainbow colours. I'm not using the dark and the light, I'm just using the light versions. Because they're so small, it's not going to be that easy to blend the colours. See, so that's quite a pretty, I do think it would look bigger going round that way, but it is still quite a pretty colour, quite a pretty image. And then what can we do? We can stick a happy birthday in here in the middle. I'm going to stamp it in black, I think, just because there's a lot of colour. Oh, look. We'll stick something on there in a minute. Just got black ink on it. Okay. Right, this. Okay, so this is the Settles Designer Series paper pack. It's got Balmy Blue, Bubble Bath, Calypso Coral, Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather, Lemon Lolly, Lost Lagoon, Petal Pink, Pool Party and Soft Sea Foam. So there's quite a few colours that I could use. So this is the Highland Heather. This is Bubble Bath. Just depends on what. That one is Fresh Freesia. So I could use one of those. Or we've got Fresh Freesia in this as well. I do like these because they're I like the bubbly bit. Let's cut a piece of this. So that was 3 3/4 by 5.5 inch just to go on there. Some glue on. Right, now somewhere I have some gold butterflies. I also have a reef in the way. I'm trying to, not sure whether I'll be able to find the gold butterflies. What's that? That's stars, that's not them. No, we can't get them, but that's okay. We'll just use some of these because I need to cover up that smudgy bit for a start. So I can do that by sticking a couple of Diamantes on there. Then I want some dimensionals. Oop. I think I've got some. This is Bubble Bath, this ribbon. If I can open it, I might put some of that behind it. So yeah, it's only very thin, but it'll just add a bit of something different. If I can get it to what am I looking for? Just get a glue dot. These aren't Stampin' Up glue dots. I don't know where they've come from, but it will hold that in place. then I can put it. Oh, sorry. This just makes it look like an upside down bow at the moment, and I don't want it looking like that. So let's just alter it a bit. Bit of a life of its own. That'll do. It's still upside down, so I don't know quite what I'm doing there. But as you can see, it just gives it a bit more definition behind the card. Okay, so that's another example of a really quick and easy card using the little what are they called, Cutest Crew, and that's just the stamp sets. I've not even touched the dies, but I'm gonna leave it there because see the colouring takes a bit of time, and I want to be able to upload it, and once you get over slightly too long, the uploading is causes some issues. Okay, so just quickly, we have got free shipping running at the moment. So if you need any card or any inks, or just just stocking up, or if there's anything in the new catalogue or the online exclusives, etc., that you fancy, then I think it's a £60 order gets you free shipping, but you also obviously, so that's £6.95 saving, you also then get your rewards as well. So make sure you opt in for your rewards if you're placing orders. All right, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.